Hi and welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and we're going to have a little whip and chat today. I'm not quite sure what the topics of conversation are today, but we'll see how it goes. But I thought I'd do a little bit more on my minion painting that I'm currently working on. Now this is on my easel. I thought we'd see how the view, change the view a little bit for the purposes of this whip and chat, and see if you guys, can sort of see anything a little bit better or maybe not. So just to also let you know sort of how I'm working on it. So at the moment I have it sectioned into 5 with my little pieces of cover paper. I've cut them down to about 2 by 3 inches. Sort of a nice size for me to work on, and if I want to work on more than one, then I do, which quite often on this I do. I have it clipped to my light pad, and I tend to find that my light will shine on 3 sections, 3 of these pieces. So what I tend to do is I set it up, so it was set up to this side, and I did 3 sections. I then set it up to the other side and I did 2. But what I'll do the next time is when I go on to the next row is I'll do 3. So it'll be sectioned up for basically all those 5. Then I'll turn my light pad around and clip it to this side, and I'll do those top 2, and then I'll do the next 3. So I'm sort of doing 5 sections each time. What I have found is I've just started rolling it up, not by a lot, but I have found that at the moment, because there's not a lot of thickness in this, it is wrapped around my pipe plugin, that this will actually sit just tucked in under the easel on my little desk that you would have seen in my diamond painting space the other day, and it allows me to continue working the same way. All my excess, which is even thicker, which I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to see, is tucked underneath the easel, but there's quite a bit of that, and I say I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it properly, and it's not exactly sort of the best angle to pull it up, but there's a lot more of the painting stuck on this side. That just sits just on the little wooden part of the easel that's not being used because of the angle that I've got it propped up on. So it's working really, really well, even with this painting, which is over 50 centimetres by about 2.5 metres. It's working absolutely fantastic for that. So that's great. So I thought we'd work on this for a little bit today, while having our chitter chatter, just because it varies up, say, what I'm working on. We'll see how this angle works as to whether I do or don't in the future. But at the moment, I think this is actually easier for me than trying to lay it out. So I'm kind of hoping it works, because if it does, it might be something that I use as well for my Heaven and Earth designs when filming that, so that I've got somewhere to basically tuck the excess out of the way, and it might be a very nice way for me to work on it a bit more in an evening and try and make a bit more headway with it. We'll see how it goes. But I do also have something that I want to open before we sort of start diamond painting. So I'm just going to move this easel, and it's quite fun, because it's quite easy to move because I'm just holding on to the sort of the bottom section, and the rest is just, it's all sat there. But basically I did get sent some items, and I have just peeled to check, when post comes, sometimes I'm not exactly sure what it is. But I did get sent some items from Melissa, so thank you so much to Melissa. I sent her a diamond painting, and she sent me some storage that she doesn't use, and it looks like she sent me all sorts of stuff. And she said that she was just sending me this. But it looks as though there's other goodies in there. So let me get these out of the packaging. Oh, it's like Christmas on my birthday. So this is what she said she was sending me if I could have a use for it. Am I opening it the right way? I think it might be. No, it is that way. So this is a sort of storage with little pots. Now, the minute I saw this, I did think of an idea for it. So it's the little pots, very similar to what I use for the wax, but they're all sort of connected. And the lid of one pot is the bottom of another. So can you see that? And they, ooh, squeaky. But they basically tie together like that. Now, I couldn't see myself using this, you know, day on day storage for a diamond painting as such, but I could see this being used for either special drills, or what I did think I'd use it for is AB drills. So at the moment they go in with my special drills in my spare storage when I'm done. But what I thought I could do was put the AB drills that I've got spare in these. And then if I've ever got a painting where I want to sort of mix it up, you know, and actually switch some drills, so switch maybe some normal white ones for some white ABs to bling up a different type of painting, I could either pull out the tube or pull out the whole case. And it will be very easy for me to see what sort of AB diamonds I've got and change it up a little bit. So I thought that would be really fun. I didn't realise there was going to be 3, but that's awesome. I will pop some AB drills into these. I do have some special drills that I do need to sort out. So when I sort them out, I will move some ABs into these containers and see how it goes. See if that actually reminds me to sort of change things up a little bit in the future. Would be good. But then I didn't realise there was all these. So let's start with the one on the top. It's not the smallest, it's the medium. These are gorgeously wrapped, Melissa. So I'm trying not to sort of trash it, but it's tissue paper, so it is ripping. So what have we got here? Ah, minions. Oh yes, I'm definitely doing these. So we've got some little minion keychains. I might do these alongside my minion painting that I'm going to be working on today, because I haven't found a minion yet. So maybe I could do one of these as a minion, because minions are cute. Well, they are in my opinion anyway. So yeah, we've got 2 keychains. Awesome. Oh, what's this? So I might have to cut the tissue paper on this one. See if I can we get it out that way? What are these? I'm thinking chopsticks. Oh, but they're not. They're wax pencils. Oh, and they've got pretty diamonds on them. You see, we've got pictures of diamonds. These are pencils of wax. So I can just sharpen those and use those on some special drills. Awesome. They'll get put to good use. They might even work better on some AB drills. So I will definitely find a sharpener and give those a go. And then, wow, we have more. Melissa, you've spoilt me. But, oh, this is another type of storage that I have seen. And Melissa did say it's one that, you know, that's not her favourite. But I have seen these in the past, and I do think there is an instance that these would be perfect. So these are the Craftmate containers. So they will take a lot more than the likes of my little 28 container storage. But what you can actually do is they're locked, so that top won't open. You have to push in the side to be able to open them. There. So you have to push that in. It's got a little latch and you have to push it in to be able to open it, which means when you let go of it again, the rest of them won't open. And you can still push it shut, but you have to push that button to open the next one. So that could be very good if you've only got a small space to work on, but maybe you have kids or pets or a clumsy, which I have done before, to stop you basically knocking all of them over. And it looks like you get a decent amount. So you get 7, 14, 28, 54, 56. My brain's not working. Doubling again. 56. I just had to think about it a moment more. So that is a decent amount for a potential diamond painting, because some of them, you know, we do use the 60 bottle container like I am doing here, and there's actually 51 colours in this, so this would hold and be very compact for a diamond painting of up to 56 colours if you are limited on space. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Melissa. I am going to put all of these to use, so do keep an eye out. I'm going to try and use this craftables on a future painting. I'm not sure which one yet, but I will put that to use on a painting. I'll do those just purely for fun because they're minions. I will give these a go with AB as well as with normal diamond paintings and feedback. And then finally, I am going to use at least one of these for any AB drills I've got. I don't even know if I'd fill more than one stack, to be honest. I don't have loads, but I know they can be bought separate. So whether it's AB drills that you maybe like to combine, add in as a scattering on an original painting, or maybe even some of the AB ones. Some of the special diamond paintings. I know there are some that have an AB coating. Maybe they could be used from a special painting, or maybe you do sometimes just like to mix up the rhinestone colours and not actually use what they've given you and use something else. I think they could be absolutely perfect for that. So thank you ever so much, Melissa. They are going to be put to good use. Oh, I'm excited. I'm actually excited to put my special diamond paintings away. My special diamonds, purely because I can sort out my ABs and maybe intertwine them in the next painting that I kit up, and put some of them to use rather than just being stuck in my spare storage. So exciting times. Okay, I'm going to just start on one section of this. I have found that due to the sort of time frame I've got to do a painting in an evening, I quite often do both sections at once, but because I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done today, I'm just going to do one, but I do need to get more of my 310. So I've brought all the diamonds into the craft room, but all my spares I have left in my little cart, which you'll have seen. Baby Raskog, that's not called a Baby Raskog, but I can't remember what it's called. I've left all my spares sat in there, so we'll get a few down, and when it starts getting a problem, you know, picking up diamonds or I run out, I will run and get my spares and we'll fill up the black, because this amount that I've got in the tray is the last of 2 bags of the black. I have had to fill that up already once. both the grip seal bag that held the extras and opened a new bag. And I think I have to open a new bag to fill these up. So we'll get that done in a moment, but for now, I always, every time on this painting so far, I may change it up, but to be honest, I doubt it, because I do like this way of working on this painting. Because it has a lot of black, and it is pretty much in every section, and I do find that it is really making it pop. I think it's the black that can give quite a bit of definition and pop to this image. I always do the black first, and for a change, it's not because the black diamonds are the worst quality diamonds. They're actually extremely good quality. It is a Diamond Art Club, and it is a lot better quality than the square one I did. But I'm finding that I don't have much trouble or even a lot of trash with the black. I do have a few little bits in this sort of amount that I've tipped out, but that is because it's sort of the bottom of the diamonds. I don't find that there's a lot of rubbish little black bits like that. Ooh, put it in the wrong place, so I just needed to scoot it over. So yeah, I am finding that the quality of them is amazing, and I'm not doing the black because I want to get the worst quality out of the way. I like doing the black first because it sort of defines the sections that I work on as well, if that even makes sense. Apart from I've just dropped one. Let's pop that one back. So I will do this section of black and this section of black and so on. And then when I pick this colour, I will then work through each little block or section that the black has divided up. And I'll do that colour in each of the sections. So it sort of divides it up again in a little way for me. And especially when I tend to work on 1 or 2 sheets or even 3 sheets at a time, 3 of these, it works out perfect. Now, because there are little trashy bits in here, we'll just get those out from under there. They will move if I shake them, but I don't want to shake it too hard and send them flying everywhere. Because there is little trashy bits, I am going to use up all of this black so that I can empty that all out before I bring in the new bits. There we go. So that is my black all gone. So I'm going to pause you and I'm going to go and get my spares. I will zoom in a minute so that you can see what I'm working on a little bit better. But let me just go get some blacks and I'll be back with you.
10,000 subscriber giveaway number 6. To be in with a chance to win a box of diamond painting goodies, head over to my website forkids@147.com and click on the tab titled giveaway. This will ask for a password, of which the password for today is chat, all in lowercase. Fill in the form with your details and that's your entry submitted. The giveaway is open for 24 hours from when this video was posted on YouTube. All the best to those that have entered.
Okay, so if you were with me when I kitted up this painting, I did keep the blacks separate in this little bag, and then I have a little bag for all the other colours because I knew there was going to be so many of them. I do have a baggie that I keep reusing because the amount of diamonds in this bag are more than what fills this. So first thing I'm going to do, the tray is going to be there to catch anything that needs catching, but I'm going to fill up the tub to sort of a reasonable level, you know, that it's not at the point that when I tip a few out, because maybe I only want, you know, 10 diamonds for what I'm working on. I don't want them to all come flying out because it's too full. And then I'm going to tip the rest into this grip seal bag and get rid of that. And then the grip seal bag will go in here. And when I next need 3 10s, I'll empty the grip seal bag first. And once that's used up, I will then, of course, I'll then get another colour. Now, what I have found, I don't know if this is helpful for anybody that works in a small space like me, but because I now have the easel on my little table, of course, for putting diamonds back into the tray, I don't have any workspace left. So on my little table, this easel takes up the space. I don't have a place to put down my tray. In the past, I would put it down on my diamond painting, and I could lower the easel to make it flat, but I don't want to do that every time I change a colour either. So what I've started doing is I put the pot back into my case with the lid off. Now, this lid will either sit on the arm of the couch or it will just sit on the top of my storage somewhere. And then when I've finished with a colour and I've filled all the section in, I will tip all the diamonds, of course, down into my little tray from Wilson's 3D Designs. I will hold it over the case. I will take the plug out and let all the diamonds go in. If any do sort of fly about, the case tends to catch them. But that means that I don't, you know, sort of, it's a readjustment of how I work because of the size of my space. Of course, if you have a bigger table, like I'm working on now, you've got the space in front of you to actually tip them into the pot. But when I'm working in my front room, or in the conservatory, should I say, which is where I work, I don't have the space for that. So just a little tip, if anybody does work in a small area and is thinking of getting an easel, if you have a bigger table, you might find that you've got your little, you know, shelf space. I did used to use the arm of the couch as well, but our couch is actually, the part of the couch that is in the conservatory is one section of an L-shaped couch. It actually is in 2 sections. The other section is actually a sofa bed, which one of my daughters sleeps on, and it remains in our front room. So the side of the couch that I actually sit has a thinner arm, because it's supposed to be part of the couch with a cushion on the back. Just to be awkward, you know, and vary it up a little bit. So I don't actually have the depth on the arm of the couch that I'd need to put my diamonds back there. So this has been my little workaround that may or may not work for you guys, but hopefully it will help somebody that is in a smaller space. And when I finish this colour, I will of course tip it back in the way I would if I'm in the front room. I'm not sure how much of this sort of section will get done on this WIP Chat today. I am filming this the morning that it's going up. So what date are we on? 24th. So I am filming this on the 24th. And it can't be too long because I need to make sure that I have time to get it edited and processed and up. Because I like WIP Chats to be current, even though I don't necessarily have a topic of conversation for today. But the more current they can be, the better. Anyway, I hope you are all well. I hope you're all enjoying your diamond painting. And I've just noticed that this piece of cover sheet is halfway over a diamond painting section. So I'm just going to lift it up and just move it so that I can get a clear row of diamonds down and that the painting stays covered. Do I have any ABs in this section? Oh, I actually don't have any ABs in this section that I'm working on, though I have had a lot so far up here. I've had a lot of the blue and I've had a little scattering of the yellow, so it's been nice to see that sparkle come in. I do also want to say a quick hello to my niece and nephew Ellie and Josh, in case you are watching at Grandy's. They're currently at my mum and dad's, staying there for a few days. So hello to Ellie and Josh if you're listening with Grandy, and I hope you're having fun at Grandy's and Gramps. And of course hello to my mum, who watches pretty much every day. Apparently she learns quite a lot. Which is not surprising with some of the questions that you guys ask in a WIP and chat. Giveaways are also going really well, so thank you so much to everybody that's been entering so far. They do only last for 24 hours from when the video is posted, and that is mainly so that we can get, you know, prizes out as quick as possible to people. But do bear in mind there are quite a few hundred entries per giveaway. All winners so far up to today have been contacted. They have got back to us as well with addresses, and all bar one that I got an address for yesterday has been sent out as well. Some have arrived, of course the more local UK ones have arrived, some to countries further away. Post can take a while as soon as it starts to go out of a country. It can either be delayed a little bit in the country before it actually goes out, or it can be delayed going in to their country. So we do still have a few that are working their way through the postal system, and hopefully it will reach the winners before they forget about it. Before they forget that they won something or have given up on it. They are on their way. I can confirm the winner from not yesterday's giveaway, but the last giveaway. That one does need posting out, but that one is going to the US of A, so that one will take a week or two to arrive, I'm sure. It depends. I do have a lovely subscriber, Cindy, who has sent me and Megan something in the post from the US of A. It was sent out in the middle of December, and the tracking shows it has been stuck in Chicago since then, and only updated on the 19th of January as something happening in Chicago. It seemed to be a bit of a, your parcel is not lost, we have it, but I'm not quite sure where it's gone from there. I've not sort of checked the tracking, so do bear in mind if you are either posting anything or waiting for an order from anywhere. There are some delays in some countries that can severely impact the post, but hopefully, you know, things are definitely better than they were, and I do think, you know, delivery companies have had their workload increase as well as trying to deal with the pandemic. It is a bit of a shame, really. They seem to have, you know, got a bit of a bad end of the stick, as many key workers have. But postal companies, not only are they still delivering, but of course online orders will have increased vastly due to the fact of local lockdowns or national lockdowns in some cases, which prevent people from shopping the way they may prefer to or wish to. So that is the black done on that section. I say I do feel as though it sort of defines things a bit now, and when I start to put colours in, I will start to work through those sections to check that I've got everything. But what I do once I'm done is I tip all the diamonds into the bottom, and I'll just hold it over my pot and then tip it up and tip it in, and that's how I get all the diamonds to go back in. And then I'll put the lid back on my pot and put it back in that way. So we'll zoom in for the next colour, but while I've got this here, I'm going to use this tray. Otherwise I tend to just use my knee, or I'll lay it on the case. That varies depending on my mood. But let's zoom in, because I already feel like we have been chatting for a good while so far. Move my tray over and see how far I can get zoomed in. Oh, way. And hope the angle sort of, oh, I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work for you all. So you can still see what it is that I'm placing, even though it is on an angle. But I'm starting with the number 6. So I'm going to work in this first section here that's blocked off and put all of the number 6 in, and then I'm going to go to this section. And one thing that I do like with Diamond Art Club, or at least I think I like it, you know, we do like to vary it up every now and then, that you tend to find most of the time when you have a colour in a section, it follows some sort of pattern. So this one is sort of following a shading line up here, and in this next one it's following a shading line, and in here it's sort of beginning of one that will go this way. So they tend to sort of be grouped together, even if they're not a huge block of one colour. There is the odd time that I have found that a symbol can be a bit more confetti-ish, a bit more random, but it's very rare that there is a random one. And I tend to find that because of that, I don't miss a diamond as much with this Diamond Art Club, or at least it's happening with this one. Is I don't find as often, or anywhere near as often, that once I've done a colour and I go on to the next colour, I find one that I've missed. It's very rare. More often than not, that it actually, when it does happen, is because of the way I've sectioned. So for example, here I've got one little up arrow here. So occasionally, if I'm working on, say, a big section of green down here, I might miss that one. Whereas if I'd have done it in with all this green, I wouldn't have done. So that can be very helpful on a Diamond Art Club and the way it's charted. There is the occasional exception where it does just seem to have one of a colour in a separate place, but more often than not, it's the way I've divided up the canvas. I do not find that I am going back to fill in a colour that I've missed very often, which is very satisfying, because there's nothing worse than putting all of a colour back and then realising that you've got another one. And on some pictures you do really need to check, because it can be a very common occurrence of that happening. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one a lot better, which is good, because it is a big one and I wouldn't want to carry on doing one this size, I think, if the enjoyment wasn't there, especially after the disappointment of my first Diamond Art Club that I ever did. I can see where the quality is. I can see the niceness of working on a Diamond Art Club. I don't know if it, you know, I'm in no way wanting to only work on these because of the quality. I do like the variety of other sizes and other companies, and of course other prices. So I'm not going to be forever working on my Diamond Art Club during a WIP and Chat, but I thought it would be a nice change to work on this one for today. I will be bringing out my Heaven and Earth designs again, of course, But sometimes when I haven't got as long to do a WIP and Chat, I haven't got as much time to do it. Mainly because I'm doing it on the day and it needs to be uploaded and edited and stuff. When that's the case, I'll do some more of my heaven and earth designs. So that is that colour done. Let's do that little bit of green before I forget, because there is a little bit of it in another place. So I'm just tipping out a few diamonds. When I know I've only got a few to do, I don't tip out loads, and that's just because I only have to tip them all back. And it saves time. Sometimes I will just dip my pen in the pot and pull them out. Depends on how many I have to do and my mood. Everything can also depend on what I feel like doing. So let's dip into the V. So I'm just going to dip my pen in and pull out. I'm sort of aiming for a diamond that is the right way up so that my wax can pick it up. And sometimes this, while it takes a little bit longer to get each diamond, is quicker than tipping them into the pot and tipping them back out again. But that's sort of filled in those little bits of green. That other colour of green I'll get later. But yeah, let's do one more colour, and then I think I'm going to have to call it a day for today, which it's still been a long video and a long WIP and Chat. It's just been a mixture of a WIP and Chat and an unboxing. But I do need to get this edited, and I'm actually very excited to get the video done for my special drills so that I can get my B drills in that storage. So thank you so much, Melissa. I will get to use and test out some of that storage soon. See if I can see it working for some paintings. That Craftmate as well I can see working for some. It is something I've wondered whether to pick up before. It's just because I've not been out the house. I've not sort of gone and had a look in the range or Hobbycraft, and it's not quite, you know, been, I wonder, enough to actually order it online. But I know it has been a potential when I go to the range to pick up as something to sort of try. Because I know the range have started actually stocking diamond paintings as well. My daughters did send me a picture of a full shelf my local range had when they went once. But again, it's not something I've picked up until I can sort of go and have a look and have a proper see if it's something I really want. I have ordered some more everlasting tips, by the way. A lot of people recommended to get the sort of complete tip, and I have ordered some of those because I have realised that when you are moving diamonds about, the plastic can move a little bit. I don't know whether I've noticed it more since using everlasting tips, or if I've noticed it more since somebody mentioned it could happen. I'm not quite sure which one's triggered it, but I am noticing that you can sort of feel the plastic move. So I have ordered some of those, as well as some of the little straighteners for the end, to give those a go. But it was a sale at the time that I ordered, so, and it's coming from Australia, so it might be a while until I've got the unboxing of those. But there's a few different exciting things coming up. I've started having things arrive, customs arrive. So just to let you know, once I have finished the size comparison on the couple image, so a less detailed image in multiple sizes, once I have finished that comparison, I have got lined up a custom comparison. if people are wondering about those. So might be a little bit before that comes out, but they have started to arrive. So those videos will be coming, and I'll give you my thoughts and views, and of course you'll be able to see for yourself what those customs look like when they're done. But not a very colourful part of a Diamond Art Club painting for this one, but I enjoy it. Even the browns, I don't know what it is, they intersperse in this image anyway. There's intersperses, you know, bits of greens and bits of flowers, and it's the black outline. It really is. It just makes the whole thing pop. So I am really enjoying doing this one. However, I am going to finish that section at some point later. I do have some other videos to get ready for the upcoming week for you guys. But yeah, I will be putting a pause on this one soon, once I have done the video and kitted up my next comparison picture. Sort of the way I'm working. Doing a bit of this when I've finished a comparison picture, and I'm waiting for the time to be able to kit it up and de-kit it. So that's another thing on my list for today, is to get the next one ready. But yeah, I hope you are all having fun as much as you can, and are all staying safe. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I will speak to you all again soon.